Today, my friends, we are taking on something awful. Just the worst. Horrible. The Goth house in The Sims 4 is the definition of an eyesore. It looks so weird. The shape's weird. The inside's weird. I've tried so many times to renovate it, and I did it again yesterday. But this time, I think it's my best time yet. I think I've done some bad versions of this house in the past. I think this time, I finally nailed it. And today, we're going to attempt to renovate the Goth family home in The Sims 4. Now, if you're not familiar with it, I don't know how, because, like, where have you been? But their house looks like this on the outside. The gem of the neighborhood. It's a weird shape, as you can see. They've got 3 bedrooms, one for Alexandra upstairs, one for Bella and her husband Mortimer, one for Cassandra, and then they have a little bit of space downstairs with, like, some fancy things like this statue and, you know, a little bathroom and a weird kitchen, and it has so much potential, but it's just not good. And so for that reason, we're gonna go ahead and jump on in to, I don't know why I said it like that, we're gonna go ahead and jump right on in to the renovation. Okay, so we're back and we are renovating this house, my friends. In case you missed it, I know I failed to introduce myself. My name is Kayla. I make a lot of Sims content on YouTube, as you probably know, and today we're renovating this Goth family house, which I'm having nightmares just thinking about it. But I actually streamed this the past 2 days. It took me 2 days to do this. I've been streaming myself renovating it. I stream every day on Twitch. Obviously, I always plug this, I feel like, in videos where I'm not streaming every day, because right now there's a hurricane coming to Florida, and so I'm currently pre-recording a little bit in case of, like, power loss, disaster, whatever. I'm gonna try and have some videos ready just in case, and so might not be live tonight. Who knows? It's like a fun game. You can follow me on Twitter, though, for updates about that sort of thing, because I'll let you know once I know what is going on, obviously. But obviously it's hard. Say it one more time, Kayla. But it's hard to tell where the storm's going to go and, like, what's going to happen and if it's going to hit us even, or if it's going to be storming enough to lose power. Any of that is kind of impossible to know right now, so I'm pre-recording just in case. It's not my first rodeo. I've got low expectations for my power, but I'm going home tomorrow. I'm going to my mom's house, and we're going to ride out the storm there because I'm a little bit worried about being alone in my house during a hurricane. So my cat and I are going over there. We're gonna hang out with my parents and my siblings, and so I'll be at home. I won't even have my PC, but I'll at least, you know, use Brett's if I need to or something. So I bought it for him. He owes me. That's not how it works. It's a gift. He doesn't owe me anything. However, I did buy it for him, and I feel like he'll feel bad enough to, like, let me use it if I need to, you know? I had him today. I had him install The Sims 4 on it, so we're all good to go in case we need to. We can definitely use it if we have to. I let him log into my Origin account, and then I had him install The Sims 4, so that way, if I need to use his computer, I can. The Sims is already there on it for me and everything. I can just play in my spare time if I want to, but we probably won't have power, so who knows? Expectations, again, are low. But like I said, you guys, I've done this house so many times before on my channel. I've renovated it like 3 or 4 times in the past. This might be the 4th time, I think. I don't remember. But each time is not good. You know, this house is impossible, and I feel like there's so many ways to try and renovate it that, and, like, also try and keep the original character, but also not make it horrible, because it is horrible, that I've given it a lot of goes. And I think we finally got there with this one. I think I like it a lot. This is the best one yet. I think that Get Famous really, like, pushed it over the edge here, because I hadn't used Get Famous yet for renovation because it didn't exist when I did it last, and so now that we have those fancy curtains from Get Famous and some of that fancy furniture, I feel like it really fits the vibe. We did it this time. It works now. All we needed was Get Famous for Bella Goth to finally have the house of her dreams. There's some really pretty curtains in that pack. Very fitting for this house, I think. And so I kind of was, like, looking at some Victorian houses for an inspo for the outside, and then I kind of winged the inside a little bit as far as, like, messing with the interior. I kept the floor plan very similar to before, but a lot of the shape of the house changes a bit because I wanted to make it more just better. I needed to make it so that you could roof it more easily, and so I had to, like, make the house a couple tiles smaller in some areas, literally just for the roof. But it works out, because the house was too big to begin with, so having it be a tiny bit smaller is not a bad thing. It's still a big house. It's just not as big. It's also on a really small lot, to be honest. Like, considering what the Goths used to have in The Sims, like in The Sims 3, they had that enormous 64 by 64 lot, like a pond on it and everything. In The Sims 4, they do not have that same stuff, which is kind of sad. Like, imagine having a pond and then not having a pond anymore. Talk about a fall from grace, you know? tragic for them. How will they go on, honestly? But you guys, I have some fun updates for you all because I've been busy this week. I actually went to Malibu last week, so I was kind of pre-recording again. I always am. But I went to Malibu for a couple days to a YouTube thing. YouTube flew me out to Malibu to brainstorm some stuff with their marketing team. Like, I was on a business trip, but while I was there, they gave me some free things. So, like, they gave us gift bags in our rooms. Like, we got to our rooms and they had, like, a fancy YouTube tote bag that said, like, Kayla on it. And inside was a Polaroid camera, some fancy, like, YouTube swag, like a hoodie and sweatpants and stuff. They also gave me a $50 sleep mask, which, I'm gonna be honest, nice sleep mask, but they ruined it because they put "Wake Me Up in Malibu" on, like, lettering across the front of the sleep mask. Like, it was so cute. Like, it just said YouTube Gaming, it'd be great, but you made it say "Wake Me Up in Malibu." That's so weird. No offense. Love it the most. It's so cozy. I'm never gonna use it, but I was excited about it. And it was free. It was kind of fun. I was, like, the hotel we stayed in was very fancy. They had very fancy dinners, and we were, like, working with YouTube members and team stuff. It was a really cool event. I was very excited about being invited, because obviously, like, YouTube inviting you somewhere, it was YouTube. Like, YouTube invited me somewhere, which was really, really cool. And then they gave me free things, and, like, it was good. It was very fun. I felt very special. It was really exciting. But I couldn't really talk about it before I left, so I was kind of like, yeah, I'm going to California, like, twice next month, because I had to go for this and also for TwitchCon. And so it was just not until September, like, late September. But I was going, like, twice in, like, a month. And my chat on Twitch was all like, why are you going to California? Wink, wink. Is it a Sims thing? And I was like, it's not a Sims thing, I promise. And they're like, oh, yeah. So it's a Sims thing then. And I was like, no, guys, it's not a Sims thing. But I couldn't say what it was. So people were all like, oh, my God, it's a Sims thing. But they were all making up lies. It wasn't a Sims thing. It was a YouTube thing. I just couldn't tell you. It was a YouTube thing. I wish it was a Sims thing. It wasn't a Sims thing. That would have been fun. But also, if it was a Sims thing, you probably know about it by now. Because they're like, listen, how is it going to be a Sims event? Like, if it was a Sims thing, it'd be like all of us would have been there. Because it's like, oh, I wonder why, like, Deli and James and Jen and everyone's all, like, out in California. Why would they all be there together at the same time? Interesting. Nothing's going on, clearly, but that's not what happened. It was like me and like 9 other people were there, and none of them were Simmers, unfortunately. It was tragic. I'm gonna be honest though, I was really nervous about it because it was a YouTube gaming event, and so I figured people that were gonna be there were all gonna be like gamers, like real gamers, you know. And obviously, like, I play The Sims. We play The Sims. Like, a lot of times the gaming community doesn't take us so seriously, which isn't cool, but is the way that it is. And I'm very used to that kind of thing at gaming events, like at TwitchCon. I hate to say it, but people at TwitchCon are mean to me. Like, I've had a couple really bad experiences with people at TwitchCon because people there are really kind and, like, want to talk to you. There's a lot of, like, hey, so what do you stream? Like, talk to me. And then they want to, like, hear from you. And as soon as I say The Sims, like, they shut off. They, like, want to walk away. Like, just, like, go from, like, oh, cool, like, you're a partner. What do you stream? To, like, oh, you stream The Sims? Okay. And then, like, just instantly, like, no respect for you. Which is really rude, but, like, is the way that it is. Like, that's just what happens at these events for me, in my experience. Because they're all like, I'm a real gamer. I play Fortnite. Like, I don't care about The Sims. And I think they just assume that there's, like, no audience for The Sims on Twitch, and they're just mean about it, which is whatever. Like, they're dumb. Their loss, right? Another time, that happens all the time, that interaction with, like, oh, you play The Sims? Like, okay, never mind then. But this one time, I had a meetup line at TwitchCon last year in the US, and okay, so obviously, like, most people that had meetup lines were a lot bigger than me. Like, they had more full lines than I mean, I had a pretty full line, but it wasn't, like, overflowing or anything. And so I finished the line, like, people had gone through it all. And so, like, people next to me still had a little bit of people there, but I was, like, my line was done because, obviously, like, I'm small compared to, like, some of these people that have meetups, which I expected, obviously, going into it. But this guy, this IRL streamer, so he had, like, a selfie stick and a stream on his phone. Like, he was holding it out, streaming and talking to his chat and stuff. And he walked up to my meetup line, literally just to make fun of me. Like, he brought his stream to my empty line to be like, oh, so what are you streaming? Like, start mocking me because I had no people in my line, which was very rude because there were people in my line. They were just gone. I swear. But, yeah, that happened. Like, and then he was like, oh, you play Sims? Haha, little Simsie, haha. And Yeah, so anyway, at these events, these gaming events, I obviously go into them kind of wary of the other people that are going to be there, thinking they're going to be like this. But at this YouTube event, the moral of the story here is they were all very nice. Like, I was shocked. Because again, I have these, like, doubts about this kind of event because of my experience with people in the gaming industry and The Sims. Like, obviously, everyone plays The Sims. Like, everyone has played The Sims. Everyone knows about The Sims. It's not like a small game by any means. But for some reason, like, gamers, real gamers, they all talk down on it because it's not like a real game. You know, it's not like Overwatch, you know? And so they're mean about it. And so I came into it expecting them to be mean about it and like not take me seriously. And I was worried because there's a lot of like round table type things where you're like talking and brainstorming and like giving ideas and like talking in like a discussion sort of forum. And I was really worried about doing that and having them like not take me seriously. And so I was kind of nervous like meeting them for the first time and introducing myself and having them like treat me like that because then I would obviously feel nervous to talk at everything else in the whole event. But it was fine. They were nice to me. It was so cool. Like, everyone there was so cool. I was shocked. It was so fun. Because I feel like you just kind of go into these things, obviously wary about, like, the gamers being like, oh, The Sims. Also just, like, oftentimes you hear these horror stories of YouTubers being like, oh, I'm a huge deal, like, and just being rude. But no one was like that, and I was really impressed. So I feel bad for having low expectations, but I did, and I was thoroughly impressed. It was so fun. Also, my friend Scott was there. Dang, that's a long name. Smager1995. He plays Minecraft on YouTube. He's a good friend of mine, and he got to go. It was kind of fun because on the original list I got sent of who was going, I didn't know anybody, and I was kind of nervous about it because I was like, I'm not gonna go to this thing alone and like not know anyone. It's in Malibu. Like, I'm worried. And then Scott got invited, and he texted me, and he was like, Kayla, we're going to Malibu. And I was like, wait, no way. And so Scott got to go, and so I knew somebody. It was really fun. It was a good time. I was only there for like 2 days. Like, I flew in on Tuesday. I got there at like noon, and then I left on Wednesday at like 3 p.m. So, or no, on Thursday at 3 p.m. Sorry, not Wednesday. Oh my God. No, it was Thursday. It was like a really quick turnaround. So, kind of fun though. Like, what an exciting experience. Like, a fancy hotel in Malibu with YouTube. Like, who knew? It was great. I was really excited about it, obviously. And I wish I could have talked about it more before I went, because I mean, I probably could have, but I didn't know what to say or, like, what to call it, and I didn't want to, like, risk anything, so I was being very, like, I have to go to California for a couple days, like, ooh, because I didn't want to, like, say something wrong and then get in trouble, obviously, so I didn't talk about it too much beforehand. But when I first got invited, I was so excited. Like, imagine getting invited by YouTube to something. Like, that's insane. Anyway. I haven't mentioned the build like at all. I'm sorry, but the build, as you can see, is coming along quite nicely. I started doing like a lot of flooring and stuff. I also cut out a lot of the build. I didn't record landscaping or some bathrooms and some things because it was really long. Like, sped up, it was like 35 minutes originally, and so I cut out a bunch of stuff, like landscaping and bathrooms and like placing lights and stuff, because I figured that's like a waste of time. Like, I don't need to have a 40-minute long video. You know, we can try and keep it like around 25, 26, hopefully. So I did cut out some things, I'm sorry. But I kept the whole place very much like red and black vibes, like Bella Goth's vibes, but very mature looking, I think. I was very proud of this place. A lot of vampires went into this place, a lot of Get Famous, which is new. I don't use either of those packs very often in builds, but this one, I went all out. Also, people asked in my stream if it's about the Simsie save, and I should clarify. So if you guys didn't know, I have this thing called the Simsie save. It's a renovation of every world in The Sims 4. I renovated all the community lots. I rebuilt some empty lots. I placed all new Sims. I made like hundreds of townies. I don't renovate houses, though, in that world. Kind of intentionally, I like to leave the EA houses as they are. It's kind of like how I didn't renovate The Sims. I didn't, like, redress Bella Goth. Like, Bella Goth is Bella Goth. She's iconic. I didn't want to touch her. The whole point of the save file was to, like, upgrade EA's things, but still keep, like, the essence of The Sims 4. I didn't want to rebuild everything. So, like, the Goth family's house is the same in the Simsie save, and the Goths are the same. They just have a cat, and also, like, I gave them hot weather and cold weather outfits. So it's the same as the base game, just, like, slightly upgraded, and that's the whole point of that save file. So this house is not gonna go in the save file. There's way too many packs in it. It's not for the save file. It's just for fun. I would never renovate their houses. I renovated, like, I gave the pancakes a toddler in the Simsie save, because they, on the Sims 4 gallery, the official Maxis gallery page, they have uploaded the pancakes with a son named Iggy, and for the anniversary of the Sims 4, I think they did that. And so I gave the pancakes Iggy in my Simsie save because that was kind of fun that they had a toddler. And then I renovated their house to have a bedroom for him because obviously you needed a space for him. But like otherwise their house looks the same and is the same. Just Iggy has a room. One of the bathrooms is now Iggy's room, which is fine. Like it's basically the same house, just like slightly updated to have space for Iggy. And same things, like if I ever like gave a sim, a townie, a cat, or a dog or whatever, I gave the dog a bed and a bowl and stuff like that. But I didn't really touch their house because I just wanted it to be the same. Like I want it to be like slightly upgraded versions of The Sims 4. Like ways that I can incorporate all the packs without like ruining things. Like the Simsie Save's purpose is to like put a basketball hoop at all of the gyms and like make city living feel like it's everywhere. Because I feel like originally in The Sims, obviously in all the packs, like city living is San Myshuno and it kind of stands alone. And the Simsie Saves, my goal with making it was to try and like bring all the packs everywhere else. So it seems like one cohesive big world and big game. And so I renovated all the lots to like include things everywhere. So there aren't just dogs in Brindleton Bay. There aren't just basketballs in San Myshuno. Like there's stuff everywhere. And that was my whole purpose. And I think I achieved it, fingers crossed, but there's like restaurants around and stuff like that. Like I use all the packs everywhere. And people ask me for a base game version. I'm like, listen, you guys, the whole point of the save file is to use all the packs. Like, and obviously like people use it and they don't have all of them and it makes my Sims naked and stuff, which is kind of sad. But anyway, Simsie Save is one of my children. It is my only child. It is my best friend and my heart and soul and pride and joy, and I put a lot of time and effort into it. So if you want to look it up and download it, I'll link it. Well, I might forget. It's on my channel. Like my most popular video is the Simsie Save, so you can get it there. Also, simsiesave.tumblr.com. You can get it there also. You can just Google it. It's easy. simsiesave.tumblr.com. Am I right? Say it with me, kids. simsiesave.tumblr.com. It's a save file, not a mod. It's a save file, not a mod. Say it again, it's a save file, not a mod, okay? Before we get comments about, it won't work, I put it in my mod's folder, it doesn't work. It's a save file, not a mod. I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind right now. Speaking of videos that I have on my channel, I have big news also. This I was so excited about earlier, and I feel like it is kind of lame to be excited about, because, like, maybe it's not, I don't know, I just felt weird talking about it on stream, because I was like, everyone already, like, this isn't that big of a deal, so many people have this already, but I hit 1 million views on one video for the first time ever today. Like, my most popular video now has 1 million views, and that was a huge deal for me. I was really excited about it, because I don't have, like, I never had a single video get 1 million views before, and so I was really, really excited about it, and I realized that, like, a lot of channels have that all the time, and, like, it isn't like a huge deal, but it's a big deal for me, and I was really excited to see it happen. It's my Builder's Bible video. It's a build tutorial I made like 2 years ago, and it finally got 1 million views. I say finally. Like it's been like steadily growing for a long time. I never thought it would get 1 million. Like it's a very weird video, I think, to be my most popular one. I guess it makes sense because like I do a lot of building on my channel and it's a build tutorial and people like look that kind of thing up. I don't know. But when I made it, I definitely did not think it would get 1 million views. I mean, I made it when I had like, I don't know, less than 100,000 subscribers. Like my channel was pretty small at the time compared to how it is now. So I definitely didn't think it'd get 1 million views. And also like, I don't know, I never thought it would do well, I guess, because I kind of figured it was like a niche thing, like, for people that really need it, and it wouldn't, like, get widely watched, but clearly I was wrong, so, but to be fair, no one ever makes things, I mean, no one like me, I guess, I shouldn't say no one, because there's some people that are crazy on YouTube, but, like, I have never once, like, thought a video would get 1 million views, because that's just impossible, like, it had never happened before, so why would it? Like, that, I mean, I never expected that in 1 million years, and so the fact that it happened is wild to me, like, I remember so I remember so vividly my first channel, I can't talk properly. All I'm trying to say is that I feel like it was just yesterday that my entire channel had 1 million views. Because like my channel right now has like 70 million total views or something like that, I forget. But like I remember when my entire channel got 1 million views for the first time, and that was huge. Like I was so excited about that. I remember like seeing it, because it updates like once a day or so on your channel, I think. And I remember seeing it in the morning and being like, oh my god, mom, 1 million views, oh my god, mom. And she was like checking also, because my parents are like very into this, more so than I am. My parents like check my social blade. I don't like to do that, it stresses me out. My parents like check my social blade all the time. They're like updating me and stuff. It's kind of spooky, but they're big into this. They're very excited about the numbers, clearly. But it was a big day, and it's so weird to me that like a single video has that many views now, because I remember, I still feel like my channel is that size that it was then, and I know that it's not, but like it's so weird to me that one video right now has more views than my entire channel did when that happened. And I got, by the way, early access for the first time the next day. Like, I got Backyard Stuff code the day after I got a million views on my channel for the first time. It was, like, very quick turnaround. Or maybe it wasn't the code. Maybe I just got an email from EA for the first time. Because they have, like, a mailing list with information about stuff, and I just gotten, like, a mailing list email for the first time. Or maybe it was, like, you know what it was? No. Sorry, I'm getting my thoughts all confused. It was actually a DM from Amanda Drake, the old CM on The Sims 4, Sim Guru Drake, back, you might remember her, but she DM'd me on Twitter and asked for my email. That's what it was. It wasn't an email, it wasn't a code, it wasn't an email. It was a DM asking for my email. That's all it was. Okay, but anyway, I was really excited about that. Like, having The Sims reach out to me for the first time was huge. Like, I like cried when I saw that. And then when I got early access for the first time, because I got Backyard Stuff, that code for the first time was the first one I ever got, and I cried. Like, I checked my email and I cried. I like just went on I was like in bed in the morning, went on my phone, and I saw the email and I started crying because, like, The Sims, this game I've been playing for years, had sent me early access to a game. Like, that was insane. And so I started crying. And now I've met them, and I've been to EA's headquarters. Like, it's so weird. I don't know. Sorry for being sappy and dramatic. It's just, I'm excited, and I love YouTube, and I'm so lucky, and it's cool. Okay, anyway, we're doing Cassandra Goth's room now, and it's purple instead of pink. I liked it better. I liked how I could use the vampire stuff in it. I thought it was a lot prettier, so I ended up doing her bedroom like this. This whole house is so much. I feel like Bella Goth hired an interior decorator and just went ham in here with, like, crazy tapestries and stuff. I would hate to live here, but it looks good, I think. It's pretty. It feels very Bella Goth to me. Like, I get some serious Bella Goth vibes. I'm very pleased with this, but as you can see, the room's cute. I think that Cassandra's room is the cutest room in the house, although I love the kitchen. I think that the tile everywhere, like, there's marble on the entire first floor, and then there's, like, a fancy marble tile in the kitchen. I, like, patterned it. It looks really good, I think. I was pretty pleased with that. I used to do it all the time. I haven't done it in a long time, where you use that big marble square tile, and then you do a checkerboard pattern yourself. Like, you put them in checkerboard, like with white and black, and I think it looks great with those huge checkerboard tiles. I like how that is. I think it's really pretty. So I was very excited to get to do that again, because I feel like Bella Goth is the one person who can pull that off. And also, a mirrored backsplash. And I know it's, like, not the kitchen anymore, but in the kitchen there's a mirror backsplash, which was not my idea. My chat was like, Kayla, wait, do mirrors, like a mirrored backsplash? That's insane. Pick that. And so I did, and it looks kind of good. So I was pretty excited. I don't know. It turned out well. I'm pleased. I'm proud of myself. It's on the gallery, by the way, also, if you want to download it. My origin ID is lilsimsie. You can check it out and download it and play in it. It's got 1 million packs, unfortunately. You know what? I can check how many packs it has. I'm in the game right now. I'll check for you, because it has it's really bad. I've been trying to limit myself recently, but I did not limit myself in this one. It has, oh my god, Island Living, Get Famous, Seasons, Cats and Dogs, City Living, Get Together, Get to Work, Strangerville, Jungle Adventure, Parenthood, Vampires, Dine Out, Spa Day, Vintage Glamour, I'm scrolling, Vintage Glamour stuff. It's got kids' room stuff, it's got romantic garden stuff, and cool kitchen stuff. And that's not that bad. It isn't all of them. It's just a lot of them. Right? It's fine. That's just plenty. Anyway, so you guys can see up here, I failed to mention earlier too, but in Alexander's room, he actually has a skylight up here, because I couldn't figure out a way to, like, nicely place windows in my roof without doing some weird dormer stuff that wouldn't make sense or would look bad, and so I put a skylight instead, which I never do, but I liked a lot. Like, I loved the idea of having this, like, kind of modern skylight addition to the house, because it makes sense, you know? I tried to have this really old style house, like, with these, like, smaller rooms and closed off floor plans and archways, like fancy architectural features, and it's got a lot of fireplaces, like in every single room is a fireplace almost, because I feel like in an old house a lot of times you'd find, like, a fireplace in every room, because they've got fireplace in all the bedrooms because there's no central heating, so they have to, like, well, when they built it at least there wasn't heating, so they put fireplaces everywhere. And obviously I, in Florida, know all about fireplaces. I mean, I'm from Chicago, but I live in Florida now. So from my understanding, cold places have fireplaces. But, you know, anyway, I like the idea of that with the fireplaces everywhere and stuff. And I also like the idea of this being like a more modern addition sunlight to the house, because like it makes sense that over the years they kind of add some fancier things, renovate a little bit, put in this cool skylight in the bedroom, and I thought it looked really nice. I never do that. This house, I think, can pull it off. So I finally did it. Alexander, for some reason, gets a skylight, like, and there's an office up there. There's a lot of cool things upstairs, but we are finally done now. There's a gargoyle being placed, and the video's coming to an end. Thank you guys for watching it. I hope you enjoyed it, but please make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day, and so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. The gargoyle is hands down the best part. You can't even deny that. It's true. It's like a little detail, but it really makes the whole build. I'm telling you right now. It's stunning. I never use them, but this was my chance and I took it.